Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and as a result of the Ethereum ETF news yesterday, the whole market pumped. One of the things that happened in reaction was the Coinbase, which is a publicly traded stock. Coinbase stock rose drastically. Now Coinbase is one of my, linked to my sponsor. Coinbase was, I think, their first issue that they had on the platform. Well, but because of the market conditions and the way that crypto is starting to take off, the stock price of Coinbase is going up. Linked to today is doing opportunistic pricing on Uphold, which is an exchange too, Kraken, an exchange, and then Ripple as well. So they've got they're running some deals today in reaction to that. Just the market in general doing so well. eGreg Crypto says XRP consolidate then pump. Even if you're not a chart analyst, you can see the inclining steps to the upside. This bullish and shows a solid trajectory. Next pivotal target, 75 cents. XRP Army, stay steady. Our time will come. All I want is for my bag holdings to pump before XRP so I can rotate 100% into XRP for the grand finale. The law of attraction, call and the universe will call you back. Now, this is a great reminder right here from Chad Steingraber right here. Look at this. And because it's so true. If I can get it to pull up. Here we go. Hold on, let me X that out. Highlighted here, the Ripple case and the ruling of XRP was the main catalyst that started the push for real legislation to pass. Without Ripple versus SEC, this week would not have happened. It's in the Myth versus Facts Fit for 21st Century Act right here. The XRP decision on July 23rd determined that XRP was only part of an investment contract and offered directly to Ripple institutional investors. The decision called into question the SEC's position in practically all digital assets or securities. Practically all digital assets are securities. The SEC's policy was rejected by the court, which highlights the need for legislation. Folks, look, we'll probably never get the proper credit for it, and that's fine with me. That's not why I'm here. But make no mistake, nothing that you're watching. I'm watching Ryan Selkis try to take credit for everything now. That guy was nowhere to be found while we were fighting for two to 3 years while we were fighting and uncovering ETHgate. That guy was nowhere to be found. He wouldn't even acknowledge what we were talking about. He even blocked me at one time over it. Now, he's a friend and Brad Garlinghouse dunked him in the dunking booth, and now all of a sudden he's a friend. He's supporting John Deaton too, and so I'm not trying to go there with anything, but I am saying the XRP, no XRP Army. And you're not even seeing what you're seeing now, folks. The XRP Army taught these people how to fight the regulators and how to fight these senators that are doing the wrong thing. We literally invented fighting regulators and these Congress people. So welcome to the party. The chart tells us, ooh, this is going to piss some people off. Actually, I take that back. For those of you that haven't been around for a while, whatever you want to call them, the anti-crypto army, the anti-XRP army, the crypto police, whatever you want to call them, the way they operate is when prices are down for extended periods of time, they attack people like me because I refuse to be negative because I know what I hold. So what they do is they spend all of that time. I'm a lightning rod. Brad Combs is a lightning rod. Because their premise, I guess, is, no, we've gone negative and therefore you should too. But Brad and I know what we hold. We've never lost faith. In fact, I would say that there's only a tiny handful of XRP holders who have never lost faith because they know what they hold. And so what happens is when the market gets down for an extended period of time, the people who either don't know what they hold or who are trying to pump some other bag, they start attacking the XRP people that do believe. That's fine with me. I can take it. But what you'll see now is those same people, they'll be like holding hands. Oh yeah, we're all the XRP community. It happens every time. I've seen it a million times. This is how it works, folks. And then even tweets like this, as the positivity gets more and more, whereas they would criticize in the past things like this, they'll stop criticizing these kind of things. Right now, they still will. But I love showing them. The chart tells us XRP to 154. If I didn't believe XRP could get to 154, I wouldn't be here, folks. Ripple is not an ordinary company, and XRP is not an ordinary digital asset. I am here for those reasons. I love watching all the Senator Warren memes come out and the tweets about her as the Ethereum ETF approval thing. So basically the SEC did an about face yesterday, or the rumors were that it was doing an about face. And this is a meme of Elizabeth Warren. I don't care what I don't care that he's in a meeting. I want him on the phone now. Get Gary Gensler on the phone now. And I said, here's to the pro-crypto army. I wanted to send a message. That's Democrats breaking with Senator Warren. Folks, there was a lot of Democrats that broke. Senator Schumer. That guy was literally in a commercial with her not too long ago about student debt forgiveness. He bailed on her on the crypto thing. I think Senator Warren is going to be the greatest political fail in history. She will be like this guy down here shows, Dukakis in his helmet. She will be like New Coke. She will be like as transgender is to Bud Light. That, she created her own history, folks. And then Sam Lyman, who's a Forbes contributor, as I recall, can you feel the vibe shift? In the last 2 weeks, Trump embraces digital assets, putting Biden on defensive. SEC reverses course on ETH ETF as approval looks imminent. SOB 121 repeal passes Congress with dozens of Dems defecting from Warren's anti-crypto army. Choke point Marty forced to resign as FDIC chair. FIT 21 gains steam in the House, with passage looking more likely by the day. Multiple policy victories of monumental proportions, and all of them happening in just 1 month. This is what winning looks like. You gotta love it. And this is the FDIC chair. He resigns because of damning workplace harassment probe. And I said, have you heard of ETHgate? This guy resigns? Why is Gary Gensler not resigned? Why is there not a full-blown investigation into Jay Clayton, Bill Henneman, and Gary Gensler going on? And here's Tom Emmer from Bank XRP.
If you're working on something bigger in your head, the idea that we're going to see a vote on stablecoin, could we see a combined bill like what was being discussed with the FAA, for instance, where stablecoins, safe banking, executive clawbacks are all put into one vehicle to garner more support throughout the body?
That might be something towards the end of the year, Joe. But I think right now you're talking about just two very specific pieces of legislation. One is creating a framework so that entrepreneurs and innovators, those who want to invest in great projects, do it right here in this country, so we don't ever experience this issue that we had with someone who's outside of the reach of the United States oversight. And then we've also got a central bank digital currency bill on the floor, which literally says the federal government could create one, but they're going to have to get authorization from Congress, and it's going to have to emulate cash, which simply means that any digital currency issued by the government must be open, permissionless, and private. It can't be used like the Chinese are using the digital yuan, which is basically a surveillance tool where they're building social scores on their citizens based on their purchases and their behavior. We can't have that in this country. That's un-American. We need a digital currency that actually is consistent with American values.
If you're
Okay. And so then you have Ryan Selkis. Email your member of Congress. Call them. Maximum pressure. 200 plus vote victory on Fit 21. Ryan, we were telling everybody to email their congressman back 3 years ago when we were uncovering ETHgate. None of you were on board because you guys all thought you had a Bitcoin, Ethereum monopoly, didn't you? And I did, but again, we're all on the same page now. But that doesn't mean that I can't rub it into, Mark Andreessen retweeted this, and I said, yeah, you know, I wish you guys had been really promoting this crypto alliance and all this stuff back when when you thought you had that Bitcoin Ethereum monopoly and that lead up to that Hinman speech. It's important for everybody to know you wouldn't be going through all of this right now if those guys had acted in good faith back then. And here's speaking about good faith, this is Kristen Smith with the Blockchain Association, who has never helped in the ETHgate conversation, or when Ripple was going through their lawsuit. She was very quiet.
A huge week. We have a vote sometime either Wednesday or Thursday this week on the full House floor of the House of Representatives on the Fit 21 bill. It's the first time we've seen a comprehensive bill get a vote in either chamber of the House, and so we're really excited to see how much support we can get for this bill.
This is the one that President Biden has promised to veto. What happens?
No, actually that's a different one. Okay. So there's another bill that's been going through on SAB 121. So yes, we have Fit 21 and SAB 121. Now, President Biden has threatened to veto that, but what was interesting about the vote in the Senate last week, that was a really surprising number of Democrats to jump onto that bill, and so I think the big question is Biden going to follow through with his veto threat, or will he just sort of stand down and let the will of the House and the Senate overturn this undesirable regulation? So, no, the crypto voter is real. If you had asked me a year ago, I was like, I don't know about this crypto voter idea. But no, the crypto voter is real. In swing states, 1 in 5 voters considers crypto policy a factor in their decision making.
I mean, you can't avoid it at this point.
No, it's unavoidable. It is something that has reached, it used to just be something that maybe cropped up in a few congressional or Senate races, but we're seeing this at the presidential.
You're welcome, Kristen. It was very lonely when we were pounding Congress 3 years ago. You were nowhere to be found.
Level as well. The pressure is on for Biden to reconsider that veto threat on the SAB 121
It's
repeal.
just so amazing to me that in tight races, like pivotal swing states, crypto really is going to be the factor. To your point earlier, I don't think we'd be talking about this last year.
Yeah, you're welcome, Kristen. And then this is the same guy that broke, one of the guys that broke that there was a turnaround on the ETH ETF, but it looks like they're not going to be able to do the staking with it. That's and here's my tweet where Mark Andreessen stands with crypto, and I said, I wish you and Chris Dixon had stood with crypto instead of only Bitcoin and Ethereum in the lead up to the June 2018 Hinman speech. Guess it's better late than never. Hashtag XRP. I love it. I love it. I love it. Those guys. Then we've got this RippleX XRP Ledger Grants Wave 7 awardees just dropped, and we're excited to highlight some of the amazing projects. I went through here and I looked at a lot of these, and every one of them to a man I have never seen attack me or act in any kind of ugly way to people on social media. So it looks like most of these winners did not violate the code of conduct. That's how it's done. All right, I'm going to finish with this, then we'll go into the group. Behind the scenes conversations they don't want you to hear.
I'm assuming that the audience wants to know what are the key so whats. And the key so what is that global institutional adoption is tracking much faster than you would think. If you read the press, you would think blockchain and crypto is people that have created things like Bitcoin and Ethereum, and they're building DeFi and NFT platforms and other things. And you would believe, if you read the press, that the big asset managers don't need it and aren't involved. They are. Of the top 50, 52% of them, that's more than half, have a digital wallet or some digital custody or digital trading offering already in place. That includes every Chinese large bank, because they needed their digital wallet support to support ECNY, which the digital yuan, and so on. 42% of them can already offer you and handle digital monies, which includes CBDCs like ECNY that I just mentioned, but it also includes stable coins, for example, a Tether or a Circle. And about a third of them are also beginning to get involved in digital assets or digital commodities, which includes the Bitcoin ETF. So the BlackRocks and the Fidelities of the world have already launched their Bitcoin spot ETFs. But there's a whole world of other people, including people with names like Goldman Sachs and Citibank and JP Morgan, who may be saying they're very anti the space, but in practice, they're very actively involved underneath the surface of the BlackRock IBITS or ETF. So again, they may be saying, I'm JP Morgan and we don't really need any of this. But the truth is JP Morgan or Goldman Sachs or Citibank is actually building a business right now that's built on top of distributed ledger technology or Bitcoin and blockchain and other things. If you have a moment, you can download it for free on the homepage of our website. And certainly if you're out there talking to your friends and your friends are saying, this isn't real, there's no use cases, the world of finance and commerce doesn't need blockchain, this is evidence. This is fact-based evidence that argues the opposite side.
Folks, there's going to be a day when your friends are talking to you and they're like, you have XRP? Are you kidding? That day is going to come. Now, in DAIXRP.com, you know what we're going to do? We're just going to talk about XRP price. That is all we're talking about. Because now, you know, when the market becomes positive, it's funny how social media works. When the market turns positive, the crypto social media police, you're then allowed to talk about prices. You're not allowed to talk to them when prices are down or you'll be attacked. But once the prices turn and the water's warm and it's okay to talk about XRP prices, then it's allowed. I don't know how they change their rules and how this all works, but that just seems to be the pattern. So it seems to be safer to talk about things. So I guess it's freedom of speech as long as there's a positive market. I guess that's how it works. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and tell your friends and family that because the markets have been reacting positively to this news, we are now allowed to talk about XRP price in DAIXRP.com. So come on in, check it out. All right, here we go.